Hey, Jazz, I'm Kura.
I'm Jazz.
Can you tell me a bit about your trade and how you got into it?
My trade's pretty straightforward, really. Make stuff work, lights mostly. How I got into it was about 8 years ago. I think I was kind of struggling to find my thing. I was a flight attendant up in Auckland and it just did not fit my personality at all. I was miserable. So I kind of came home, reset, and I guess just kind of landed on this. Get a trade, you know. They say it's safe. I figured out which one pays the best. Sparkies, man, right? There's always work. It's all right money. I wouldn't be able to sit in an office all day, so it kind of fit me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are there many women in your trade?
Not really. No.
Why do you
I thought there would be more. I wasn't prepared for it, to be honest. I homeschooled throughout my schooling, so we had that whole be whatever you want to be, and I was not prepared for going out there and there being maybe some adversity to that. Like,
why do you think that is?
I think it's just, it's not really seen as an option. Like, I get that a lot. People, like, a lot of chicks say to me, like, oh, that's so cool, I would love to do that, but I didn't know that that was a thing. Right. I think it's why representation is such an important thing. Like,
yes.
It's so important. And it's also, it's a hard industry to get into. It's a lot of, I work for my uncle, it's a lot of I work for my dad, it's a lot of, and I didn't have any tradesmen in the family. So it's like cold calling when you're green as, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's quite hard to get into. But I made it.
You made it, and by you making it, then other women can follow, you know, so it's so
I
cool.
hope so, I really hope so.
And can you tell me about being a mum?
She's 3.5, her name's Luna.
Cool.
So I got pregnant while I was still an apprentice, actually. Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, not ideal, probably, not ideal. But I was almost done, so I think I had like final exam left and I'd done all of my on-site stuff. So it was kind of, I just made a plan to take 6 months off and go back, but I ended up taking a year and just kind of working weekends.
Cool.
Yeah, I had amazing support at home though.
So you've got amazing support at home through whānau and friends?
Yeah, my mum, I come from a big family. There's 7 siblings.
Whoa.
I know, lots of uncles. So, but my mum is amazing. So pretty much I would work on the weekends to try and, I think I was a lot of people say we're going to get pregnant and leave. And I'm such an advocate for us out there. And I couldn't believe that I'd fallen into that's why I couldn't get a job, do you know what I mean? People were telling me you're just going to get pregnant and leave. And I was going to be different than that. And I got pregnant and it was a hard time. And so I really wanted to prove that I was still serious about this and just worked on the weekends and my mum used to bring my little girl to me so I could still breastfeed out on site. It was pretty great. It was a challenge, definitely a challenge. It was definitely hard. It was definitely hard, especially because it felt like I was slotting into what everyone said that I was going to do. So there was a lot of like, I told you so to my boss, like shouldn't have hired her, lots of that. So I think that's why I was just really motivated to get back into it. Yeah. But still, then I fell in love with being a mum. That's why I kind of extended my time off to a year. I suppose that's great about the industry, is it's not necessarily an 8 to 5 Monday to Friday. I kind of would do a morning job because I couldn't give them a whole day. You know, I could be away from my little girl for 3 hours, but I can't be away from her for 9. So I would just do morning jobs or I would have a site that I would keep on top of. You can whip home at lunchtime and feed your baby, like, whereas in an office space you would need that area. Yeah. It can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Blood, sweat and tears though.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat and tears.
And now you're your own boss?
Yep.
How does that feel?
Pretty good. I think it was never my dream, to be honest. I wasn't one of those people who wanted to own my own business, but it was out of necessity, that whole having my daughter. I'm a solo mum, so I didn't want her to be in care. That's just my parenting philosophy. So I kind of, I couldn't be on site at 7. I didn't want to wake her up, and so I kind of started my own business, and so I could work the hours that suited me. And I did not anticipate how supportive the whole town is. Like, I have so much work, it's insane.
Great. It's so nice hearing too that there's heaps of progression, because sometimes we think of trades as just apprenticeships and then a job. Yeah. But like, there's clear pathways to management, being your own boss.
Yeah. Yeah. And electrical especially, like I think the umbrella is quite big. Like I've done a trade in fire and security, so that's a separate trade to electrical. So then if I'm like, get a bit bored of this, you can do advanced trade or heat pumps, or there's lots of different aspects. I kind of like that. I get bored very easily.
Great.
So it's good to know I can chuck it away and
Yeah.
do something else, but still use those skills.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of mahi, man. It's a lot of mahi to learn, and I wouldn't want to retrain in anything else now.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair enough, yeah. Being Māori as a tradesperson, how do you feel? Do you feel kind of like held and looked after culturally in the trades?
Definitely could be better. I don't think there's much discussion of anything like that, to be honest. Being on your period, things being tapu, not being, like, even just being hapu while you're working. Like, there's a lot of things culturally that you're not supposed to do, and that's really hard to put that forward and say, I can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard. It's very hard.
And so there's nothing set up like that? There's no one to go to or talk to about that?
No, well, there probably is. There probably is. Like today, being with these women, I've learnt about the Women's Association trades. I didn't even know about it. I've been in the trade 10 years, you know? So I think whether that's I'm a bit secluded in Palmerston North or whether I just haven't put enough effort into maybe finding support.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a lone ranger. I was kind of, my apprenticeship was very much like, just get into it, you know what I mean? Pull your socks up, shut your mouth, do the work.
Sure.
It was hiding the fact I was a female rather than
celebrating it.
Yeah, you know, like you don't draw attention to it. Like, don't draw attention to it. All my uniforms are always far too big, because you don't draw attention to it. So it's only now I have my own business and I'm like, this is actually fantastic. Yeah, man.
I was wondering, do you have to be pretty strong to be a Sparky? Could you just give us a shot of your muscles?
Shame.
The gunshot?
Shame.
I mean, here's mine and here's yours. So, yeah, you do have to be pretty tough.
No, not at all, not at all. I'm just really into fitness as well. I'm just into fitness. I think strength probably helps. Definitely helps, especially even if it's just the fact that you turn up and no one thinks you can do this. Do you know what I mean? So if you turn up and you've got a bit of strength behind you, or even fake muscles, I call these. Even if it just looks like you're a bit strong, it makes people kind of take a second take and go, oh, okay, maybe she can lift that, rather than them all rushing to like help you because, you know, they're like, I can lift more than you, man. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Yeah. I think it helps, whether it's the strength just giving you confidence or whether it actually helps with your job, I'm not so sure, but I know it makes me better at my job, definitely.
If you could describe being an electrician in 3 words, what would they be?
These questions. Probably diverse, like we do a lot of different stuff, stressful, definitely. And what is the word when you like job satisfaction, but in one word?
Yeah, satisfying?
Satisfying. Wow. I didn't go to college, I got a trade.
Yeah, but I bet you're earning way more money than lots of people that know
and I've
good
got
fancy
no
words.
student loan.
Yes, exactly.
No student loan, sir.
No student loan, satisfaction.
Creaming it up.
Yeah, that's
Spikies.
awesome.
Yeah, man.
And now to another topic. When you have worked on other sites that you aren't the boss, how does it work when you get your period? Is that set up? Is that you looked after?
There's nothing set up, honestly. Like half the time there's not even portaloos out on site. So that can be a bit of an issue. Like boys can obviously just like pee on the back fence, but not all of the time because portaloos are expensive to have on a site. So if it's just a small job, a lot of contractors don't pay for them. I would definitely say like moon cups have changed my life. Like you can leave that sucker in all day.
So good.
All day. Because you don't want to be going touching your hoo-ha when you've been on site. No, sorry. No. But other than that, I think I would probably just say, tell them, like, you are allowed to get in your car and go to a service station and go for a wee. Like, for years, I shut up about it or I was, like, popped a squat on the back lawn, dislodge your moon cup, you know, like, just say, nah, man, like, I'm just going to take the truck to the service station. They all do it to go to a poo.
True.
No one's taking a poo in the back lawn.
Yeah.
And if that fails, say, I'm having lady issues because no one asks any questions about that. No one asks any questions. I've also got real bad endometriosis, so the pain can be quite bad sometimes. But same thing, man, you get sick, you get 10 days sick leave, so people get sick. You're not meant to store them up. If you're having bad period cramps, you're going to be mean to people and that's going to destroy relationships that are actually vital. So it's not weird, it's just uncommon out there.
Yes.
Yeah.